So these ones, we're just gonna be practicing quick figure drawing classroom style. So the first couple of images are gonna be just like 10 seconds long. And then the next ones we can advance slowly by slowly to improving to, I think the last image is gonna be about 25 seconds long. And if you didn't know, this is Line for Action. It's a website that you can go to and you can set up classroom style drawing. It's good. This is a very good practice for warm up, for warming up before you actually go into the drawing for the day. Just gesture lines and boxing out your characters the way you're going to be drawing them. You can see that's just 10 seconds, 30 seconds actually. This is the next figure. I don't know if I'm able to actually show you guys what the website has. Maybe next time I'll figure that out, so you can be able to see what character I'll be able to sketch. And there we go. Another one is coming up. So 30 seconds. This is just a guy walking. I try my level best to just capture the line of action fast, just like the website says. And then they'll give me a little bit more time, about 5 minutes. Then from 5 minutes, then we will go to 10 minutes. And the last one is usually 25 minutes. So that's the one that most of the times makes sense. Is the one you're gonna go by the time you finish warming up. This is just a guy with a cloth on. Hi Gael, how are you? And by the way guys, I've been off for a little bit, but thank you so much for coming back when I am here. I really appreciate it. I've not been drawing for a good I've not been drawing for a good 6 months. But I'm just appreciating that I can show up and you guys come and show me some love. So Gael Ibarra, I don't know if I pronounced your name right. Thank you so much for leaving me that message. It means a lot to me. So as you go on practicing and kind of exercising here, warming up your drawing muscles a little bit, there's some things that are going to start attracting your attention a little bit more. So for me, usually it's the head. So I make sure I block that in right away. And you can see that I usually use boxes for my heads. Breaking lid here. This is a marathon. It usually is a marathon. And whatever the head goes, usually it's the same direction that my hips go. Like that. And then I could pull his legs off. There we go. That's all gone. 30 seconds, guys. It goes by very fast. Really, really fast. Yeah, I missed the 30 seconds on that one. I usually divide my page into 4. This one is going to be like 5 seconds for this guy. And he's holding a sugar cane or a bamboo running across his body like that. And we're going to go to another one. This is just a guy standing like a stick. So we're going to block his head in, his hips in, and boom, his feet. And his hand is raised about right here. He's holding a stick running down. So next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I put the models up on the screen so you guys can see exactly what's happening. You could see what figure I'm trying to draw. That's already gone. There's another guy going this way. 5 more of this length. So we're going to have 5 more drawings that are going to be just 30 seconds. And I'm going to take a little pause here on this one. Let me actually open paper. Let me open paper. and map it out and wait for the next drawing. The website is called Line of Action. It is free to use. Anybody can actually use it. You just have to time it, and you'll go to town with it. So now the next ones are gonna be 25 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and quick go through this real quick. It's just warming up my drawing muscles. And then afterwards we will do some substantial work. But the last image in this one is going to be 25 minutes, so that's the one you can take a little bit more time on. So this one is a minute. And so it's the basics. You want to capture the basics of the body and where they're facing. Sorry, my leg is breaking like crazy today. This is his hips in here, and so the leg comes off of this like there. See, this is, if you don't mark where you're supposed to begin, where you're supposed to end, this is why I'm running out of page on this side. But I'll block his head in. And there is one thing that will be showing you here, that everything is going to be running the same way. You could see this. There's another one for a minute. This one I'm going to concentrate only on his head area and his shoulders. His body is running this way. His hand is going off of that. So I'm going to concentrate only on this one for a bit. And I have 20 seconds left. So if I have my box drawn on like this, then it will be easier for me to block in his head. For example, I can see this is his face facing this way, the jawline going this way. I have about 3/4 of his face. It will be blocked in from this side like this. So that's how I start the drawing usually. Let's go to the next one. This is another 1 minute. Ooh, this is an action one. Ooh, this is Line of Action is running through him like that, and it's holding a sword, and the other sword is coming off of him on this side. So his shoulders, a little bit of perspective there, and then hand. And then he's twisted. He's twisted. And of course his head sits on in a very, very weird way. So Line of Action usually will have poses that will challenge you, and they'll bring them in at just the right time. So he's pushing it. The next one is a little bit twisted too. So you can see now they're taking me into the 1 minute drawings, and they're posing a challenge. At one point you may even draw only 2 lines on the page and realize there is nothing to it. Like that pose, you cannot get it. But it's a good thing it's, classroom drawing style. So you'll be able to move on real quick. And I can't wait to see what the last pose will look like. The 25-minute one. Oh, we have 10 seconds left on that one. But yeah, at least we did something with it. Yeah, that was quick. Flexing up some drawing muscles to get back into the system. I haven't been drawing in a good 6 months. Hip area. So on each model, on each pose, there's something that is going to grab my attention right away, and that's what I go for right away. In this way, just on an impulse, you exercise what you want to draw very, very fast, like without overthinking it. Because most of the times, what kills our creativity is overthinking it. But these ones, they'll give you a task to accomplish really, really, really fast. And most of the times, blocking up the character, and then afterwards you can go ahead and figure out what is your name. What is my name? My name is Simeo. Thank you. Hello, Samsung. My name is Simeo. Thank you for asking. It's in the name. It's in the name of the channel, SimeoArt. So my name is Simeo. Thank you for asking. I've not been drawing in a little bit, and I'm just coming back to it. And I'm using a website called Line of Action to try to exercise my drawing muscles a little bit, and hopefully, I can go back into drawing the way I want. Line of Action gives you a few poses, and you can run them through them real quick. The ones that we're on right now are 5 minutes. So I'm gonna pause this for a little bit so I can talk for a little bit. My name is Simeo. Thank you for asking. I've not been drawing for a little bit, so I'm getting back into bringing drawing back to my channel. And we're gonna be practicing here a little bit, slowly by slowly. What's gonna happen in the future streams is that I'm gonna be showing you exactly what pose I'm gonna be working on from this website called Line of Action. It's free to use for anybody. Anyone can use it for free. You can set up classroom style. Well, they will give you about 10 images that you'll be drawing for a given period of time. So they set it up just like you were in drawing class, that the first ones are going to be very quick, and then the time will start being a lot more as you advance into the drawings a lot bit more. The first ones were just about 30 seconds, and the next ones are going to be going up in time. So the ones that we are on right now are 5 minutes. And I'm waiting for this pose, so I'm going to go to the next pose that is going to be 5 minutes. The warm-up is done. So 5 minutes, you should be able to put a little bit of substantial work on the page. We're going to go ahead and start the next pose, which is going to be 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and bring the next pose up. All right, so this is the 5. Ooh, that's a hard one. Yeah, that's going to be a hard one, but let's go ahead and take it on. So it's this bodybuilding girl. Let me first draw her line of action. She's flexing muscles. So, and her leg extends out like this. So when they give you 5 minutes, then you can put a little bit more time into it. And at 5 minutes, I believe, if you've been practicing a little bit of drawing, at 5 minutes, you should be able to at least capture the pose right. Proportions may be off. It takes some time to gather all that information on the page. So the proportions may be a little bit off. Give yourself some grace. But at least at 5 minutes, you should be able to gather most of the information in the pose. Here, what I'm concentrating on mostly is not the likeness of the model or the muscles twisting, whatever. That's not what I'm concentrating on the most. I'm concentrating on the pose. And at 5 minutes, let's see what we can do. So what's gonna happen? I'm trying to figure out the technicalities of images on here. What's gonna happen in future streams, and I'm gonna be streaming for 2 hours every day. Today is just a test stream, guys. I'm gonna be streaming for 2 hours every day. Um, we will be able to put the image that I'll be drawing on the live stream so you guys can see exactly what I'm trying to accomplish here. Not just a sketch, but you will be able to. I think I should figure that out starting tomorrow. You should be able to see um, the image that I'm trying to create the sketch from. So you can see her fingers. I got that good, and I like that. And she's a bodybuilder. It looks like her chest is falling out this way like this. And she has a bra on, so we should be capturing that in here a little bit. And her neck slides in here. It's a little bit lower than her shoulders. Her shoulders bulge up this way, and the shoulder pushes in this way. There we go. She has some back on her. Some of these ones, remember, because they're really built people, they even show up non-realistic. Some of these poses don't feel realistic at all. But yeah, as I said, with a 5-minute drawing, you should be able to capture a little bit of more substance. So she has this dress on that is covering right here. And we have good timing. We have 6 minutes left on this. So I bet I can add more information to this drawing. They can make it look a lot more like it's capturing the pose here. Guys, don't be shy. If you're here, please, you could say hi in the chat section. I'll be able to see it, and I could give you a shout out. And by the way, thank you for being here, all 5 people of you. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're just coming back into this, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. I promise. You will not be disappointed. I have a lot of things in store for you guys coming up. There's going to be tutorials as well. We're going to be doing a whole flipper clip class about animation. A whole flipper clip class about animation is going to be coming up soon. I have that in wax. When I was not drawing, I was working a little bit on that as well. So here, in her back, it cuts across like this. So there's a 4-minute warning. So now when I start bringing in these kind of showing where the darks are and where the lights are, it helps me to put a little bit more dimension to the drawing and to the pose, so I can know exactly what to go for. And these initial lines are actually important, that later on in the drawing, when I want to put more substance to the image, it shows me exactly where I wanted to put what. In her face, she's kind of looking off on the side, so her jawline will come over here from the box, and this will be lifting her cheek on this other side. And that's when I start mapping up where I want the eyes and the mouth to be. So you can see that after a little bit of sketching the 1 minute, a few seconds drawings, by the time you get into 10 minutes drawings, you're a little bit more confident about your lines. So I'm going to add a little bit of shading here, just to show how the hand turns on this side. These fingers are running off of her body going this way. And I don't know what it is, but most of the times when I'm drawing, there is always going to be that one thing that is attracting my attention. And I feel like I should concentrate on drawing it a little bit more. And usually those are the qualities of the drawing that I will go with. So her feet, these lines are facing off this way. Again, guys, if you show up tomorrow, I promise you I'll have these images of what I'll be drawing also show through the lens, so you guys will be seeing the sketch that I'm working on, as well as the model itself. And don't worry, I'll try to keep it PG because this is YouTube, right? I'll try to keep it PG. So, because that's one thing that I actually will mention, that if you go on this website, you could choose to draw all nude models, or you could choose to draw models that are actually dressed. You choose a mix of all of everything. So honey here is a little twisted, but it goes this way. And there is a lot of muscles in here, which I'm not going to go into for a 10-minute pause. I'm not going to go into that a lot. Her neck is a little bit off. Like I said, after some time you may see that the proportions need a little bit of erasing and walking along, stuff like that. But at least in 5 to 10 minutes, you should be able to capture the essence of the pose, which is what we're going for here. So we have about a minute left on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of shading in her neck. And I hope it shows up as a female. That's another thing that usually gives me a little bit of headache. She has these stomach muscles, gosh, they look good. A little bit more shading here. But yeah, I was saying, so on the website Line of Action, you could choose to either draw clothed models or nude models, young models, grown models, old. There's only fingers. There's a lot of things that you can tinker around on the website. So that's 10 minutes. And it's time for a short break. Get up, stretch, have a drink of water, or get yourself a snack. Try not to take more than 5 minutes. There's a countdown timer at the bottom right to show you how much time you have left in your break. When you're ready to continue button. So give you 5 minutes for a little, and when you come back, then you're gonna have the 30 by then get your work as you want it, and the third line of I don't know if you guys are still getting me. I hope the connection is still going through right, because I was having some issues earlier on. But this is 10 minutes. So what's going to happen is we're going to go into one for 25 minutes. That's going to be the last pose for the day. And it should be, we should be able to capture more information in that pose. Oh, there's a bit of a shadow. I didn't see that. There's a bit of a shadow in here. Let's see if I can fight it with this light a little bit. Alright, and there we go. I think we're ready to start it. Alright, let's go ahead and start our 20 minutes. Okay, so this is a pose that is relatively hard, but I think we got this. I'm going to try to concentrate and put as much information as possible on this one. It's a female bodybuilder again, the one we drew in here. And this time she has a different pose. She has her hand raised this way. It goes right up in the air. And it goes in the back of her head. And her head is tilted a little bit. Comes all the way almost into the shoulder down here. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of sketching in the next couple of days to get me to go back into the groove. As I said, I took a hiatus. I took some time off. I've not been drawing in some time. And so I'm just trying to get back into it. And this is good practice. And if you did not know, guys, you could use this website. It gives you kind of classroom style sessions for your practice. So that's her breast area. And here we're gonna have this. So the more time you have is the more information you should be able to put down now and register. As you can see where we started with 30 seconds, worked our way all the way into 20 minutes. She has some really big muscles here in the thigh. And into the legs. So even then, there is a few things that I'm not gonna fuss a lot around about. Um, I'm just gonna now concentrate on adding a little bit more material on it. And now this is the time I tend to start looking for details that I may think that are actually important.